this is the first time I have ever been able to say I am making this video. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynic Alex, and we did it. We grinded out almost 200 timeline battle fights last week, and yesterday we made it into Challenger for the first time since the game mode was introduced back in January of this year or December of last year. It's been nearly a year and we're finally here. I got a lot to say, I got a lot to show you guys, and I actually have to see things that I've never even seen before. But first I have to talk about two things. One, I'm super duper humbled by how many of you have voted for me, and you can see that a lot of people had voted for me based on how many battle support fund, how much battle support fund I have, how many of those tokens I have. Keep in mind, these tokens are only used for the Challenger League, so if you don't have them, that's why. And it's a little thumbs up token. I have 7,287 of them. I thank you so deeply for all the people that have voted for me and, you know, said things like, hey, it doesn't matter if you win or lose, I'm just voting for you for fun, and you know, it's your first time here, whatever, do what you want, like explore the tokens and make sure you get the most out of it. I really appreciate that. Which leads me into my second thing that I want to talk about. Please, if you have not already voted, please don't vote for me. The chance of me beating a player who has not only a more stacked PvP roster, believe it or not, but also way more time on their hands, like Carl, like Vicky Curry, like Rafael Mendoza or Arthur Vindragon, or even Pitbull. These dudes average 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 wins a week. That's 100 fights a day or more. I just don't personally have the time for that. I gotta do things like nap. I gotta do things like, you know, shit post on Discord and you know, download memes on Twitter, and I gotta go have Korean barbecue. So I just don't have the time to do it. I apologize for those of you that voted for me thinking that I was gonna win, but that was never the promise. We're just here to have fun. We're not here for a long time, just a good time. So let's jump into it, okay? So I got those things out of the way. Now let me introduce you to how Challenger League is different. So the first thing you're gonna notice right away is my rank is private. I have no idea what rank I am in. I'm obviously not first. There's that. But I have no idea what rank I'm in. I just see my points. I see my win-loss. The next thing you're going to notice is that there's actually a little dot next to the win record button. And this is actually a really cool feature of the Challenger League that I am begging the devs to bring to the rest of PvP, to all of the timeline battle leagues from bronze to vibranium. And that's actually what the majority of this video is about. It's about exploring this content that's only available to 50 players in the entire game. We're talking like the top 0.0001% of the top 1%. Okay, just 50 players in the entirety of the game. This game has over like 50 million downloads. All right, whatever, 1,500,000 active players. The top 50 get to play this game mode. Okay, but check this out. Check out how cool this is. So I'm just saying, devs, if you're watching this, MFF devs, please, you got to put some of this stuff into the rest of the game, into the rest of the leagues for other players. Check this out. When I go to my win-loss record, I can see people who have fought me recently. Pitbull attacked me. Musarakin attacked me. Miss Minutes attacked me. Fordle as Kapaki, whatever his name, attacked me twice. Oh, hang on. No, I won. Oops. It shows me, yo. It shows me people that attacked me and didn't win. That's hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna have some of these moments where I freak out because I'm still understanding the system. Okay, so this guy from this guy 000, he beat me. Okay, and then Valor actually lost to me, which is hilarious. No offense. And then this guy Forta attacked me twice, and he lost twice. He was really the second loss hurt more than the first loss, right? The first loss is like, okay, you caught me slipping, but the second loss, that was vengeance. But he got clapped anyways. Anywho. And then Miss Minutes, Musarakin, and Pitbull attacked me and beat me. Now, it shows there, you can see next to victory, there's just one button where I can investigate their team. However, next to the defeat buttons, I can actually go and fight these players. Check this out. So look at my points here. I've got 1,092 points. If I go into my win record and I go to Miss Minutes, I can actually battle Miss Minutes right now, okay? And if you see here, like I don't have any of my buffs. Miss Minutes has a bunch of these support buffs. Okay. I'm gonna try this anyways, just to show you guys. If you beat the player, if you basically get revenge on them, you get the points that they stole from you back. Now they don't lose points as far as I understand it, but you gain the points back that they took from you when they beat you. So it's a really, really cool system because not only does it encourage you to be a more active player, in timeline, but it also creates these really fun narratives of players battling against each other. Okay, he interrupted me. That's really cool. Awesome. Foggers. Doom's so annoying, dude. Did I get him? Yes, okay, we got him once. Nice. He hasn't triggered my... Why are my buttons down there? Okay. Pop the tier 3. Wolverine on me. Very nice. One shot. Very cool. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm trying to focus. Okay, we got him. So I beat him even though I don't have any of the support battle buffs. So you can see there I got my points back. I don't get the win streak bonus. I don't get the ace point bonus. I just get the points that he knocked me down for. This is a really cool system because like I was saying, not only does it make timeline battle feel more real, this feels like I'm actually fighting against real players. It's way more exciting this way, and it also creates these sort of storylines where it's like, you know, if you see the same person attacking you over and over again, you're starting this grudge match, you know, me versus MFF Doom in my previous video, or whoever it is, right? And so you can create these competitions, and you can create these rivalries between players. Why is this only in Challenger League? Why is this not in the rest of the league? This is so much fun. This is so cool. And not only that, but you get to see who's attacking you. You get to see what teams they're using, so it makes you think more about the game, and it also like gives you the incentive. Man, this team beat me. Maybe this team's better. Maybe I should build up these characters, right? And then it's just more fun this way. It's just way more fun. So anywho, that's the first big thing about Challenger that I really like, and I really wish was implemented in the rest of the timeline battle game mode for all of the other leagues. The second thing is what I want to show you that I do with the battle support funds from you guys cheering me on. And this is actually what all of the players who you cheer for, this is what they do. They basically get to click on that button down there where there's a bunch of those plus signs, and it's going to bring you to this Challenger office. Now, they talked about this in the patch notes when they originally released this content, but basically it's just like Timeline Survival, where you buy those buffs from the landmarks and you get to keep those buffs in the landmarks. It's basically exactly the same, but it's only for your timeline team. And so what you want to do is you want to build up these buffs that are going to complement your team. So you want to think ahead of time what team you're going to use. For example, like increases speed type attack by 18%. If I'm running a team of all universals, like my team right now, it's universal combat, I'm not going to use that buff at all. But let's say I was running the defenders, or I was running, you know, Makari, maybe I would want that speed buff, right, to increase my attack or whatever. And there's all sorts of buffs. There's a whole range of buffs: human race defense, other types attack, creature types attack. And it gets more complicated. Not to mention, there's actually another layer of complexity to it. If you see at the very top in really small, whatever, typing, you have this little icon, this gray icon. There's like a skull with a little drip. You've got a little plus sign, like a healing, and whatever. If you click on this here, you'll see that if you can stack buffs that have matching icons, you will get an additional synergy effect. So if I can get three of those buffs that have the little skull with the drip, I'm gonna regain 13% HP whenever an enemy dies. If I can get that little healing one, that little cross sign, if I can get two of those, two different buffs that have that, then I will become invincible for 1 second when my HP hits 1% or below, with a cooldown of 60 seconds. And the more you collect that match the synergy icon, the better the buff is. Again, why is this system not in timeline battle for all players? Just let players use this Challenger support office, but spend gold, right? So if you don't want to spend gold, then you can just play timeline battle normally, like we have been for 5 years. And if you do want to spend gold, you can have more fun, you can power up your team, and you can play more PvP. And it's up to the players to, if they want to engage in the content or not, right? Like, I don't get it. I don't get why they don't do this. Anywho, so here's what we're going to do. I got my support tokens. I have 7,000. I don't want to buy any of these buffs here because they're not that good. I could wait 24 hours for this list to refresh, or I could spend 100 tokens to refresh the list. You can see down there, it has the refresh there for 100 tokens. I don't want to do that either. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to enhance the support office. I'm going to level it up from level 1 to 2, and it's going to increase the rarity of the items that I can get, of the buffs that I can get, because right now it's a 65% chance to get a white, which is normal, 34% chance to get the blue, to get the green, and then 0 for everything else. But I want to get the juicy, legendary, mythic buffs. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna refresh here, and this is all thanks to you guys. Oh, So I refreshed it, but it doesn't change the buffs. Ah, it doesn't change the buffs that are there. I thought when you enhanced it, when you upgraded the office, it would give you a free refresh. It doesn't give you a free refresh. Okay, if you want to enhance it again, it's 1,000. Sure, we'll enhance it again. Level 3. Now I have a 10% chance to get the blue buffs and a 2% chance to get the purple buffs. I'm gonna go again here. Now it's 2,000. Okay. Now we have a 5% chance to get the purple buff, and we have a 1% chance to get the yellow or the legendary buffs. Keep in mind though, I still have to keep some tokens for the actual, like to buy the actual buffs. You can see that the blue ones cost 1,000 each. So you can see how this gets very expensive in terms of the Battle Fund tokens. Now you can get more Battle Fund tokens by exchanging them for glory tokens, the regular glory tokens. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to exchange 10,000 glory tokens so I can get 5,000 more Battle Funds. Obviously, you get glory tokens by just competing in PvP, competing in timeline battle, on top of getting voted in by players. I'm actually going to go ahead and I want to do this one more time. I'm going to go to level 5. Level 5 gives me a 1% chance to get mythic buffs and an 8% chance to get the purple ones. If I want to do it one more time, it's 5,000. Okay. I don't know if it's worth it to go one more time because now I have to spend them refreshing. Let's see what we get here. Other types, combat types. So the combat types HP is very good because I'm using a Wolverine team, right? You feel me there? And that one there is the HP. Like there's a levels to this. There's lots of levels to this. Becomes invincible for 3 seconds when HP is 1 or below 1% or below. I think that one's good because I think it'll basically give me an extra refresh of my immortality artifact for Wolverine. But I also think that the death effect is very good. Applies death when the enemy's HP is 5,000, 9,000, or 15,000 below. What that basically means is if you drop the enemy's HP to those numbers, they'll just instantly die. Even if you haven't actually finished them off, they'll just die. So in that previous fight where I was battling Silver Surfer and he got to like this much, and I was risking him counterattacking me or whatever, he would have just plopped dead and died. But we're gonna, I kind of want to buy that HP 7%, but I kind of want to risk it. Oh, the refresh gets more expensive. Look at that. Okay, I think I'm going to just get this one here. I just want to focus on getting buffs that are going to be good for Wolverine. I don't want to worry too much about trying to synergize, but now you can see here, it's already telling me that I've started to collect this synergy buff. And again, why not have this system for all players? This is such a cool, robust system. It makes the game more interesting and fun. Why not? Right? And especially with things like this, increases combat types HP, that's perfect for the Defenders team. Now, unfortunately, in Challenger, they banned both Luke Cage and Daredevil this week, so I keep on bringing up the Defenders, but they're not allowed this week. But you sort of get what I'm saying, right? It's actually really, really cool. So I'm going to go back here, and we're going to refresh again and see what we get this time. Oh, we got 2 blue ones. Increases hero factions HP by 20%. Increases bonus damage delta speed types. I don't need that. Applies a 6 barrier when the battle begins. I feel like that's not very good. I don't see many players buying that, but I think that one's really good. Increases hero factions HP by 20%. I'm just stacking mad HP. And so now you can see when I cycle between them, the synergy effect down there changes. So this one gives me a heal. This one gives me an HP recovery. But let me go ahead and refresh again. Ooh, increases villains faction HP by 12%, but I'm using Dr. Doom, but Inhumans creature speed type increases HP recovery rate of heroes with 30% HP or below by 13%. The HP recovery, 13% HP recovery is not very good, but again, this would synergize well with Wolverine. It's pretty interesting, but I'm not going to get anything here. Let me refresh one more time. Mutants defense by 18%. Increases attack of heroes with 70% HP or higher. Increases heroes factions attack by 18%. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know if Wolverine needs HP though. I think he just needs defense. But we have the skull here. I'll just pick up some of these buffs for now. The other cool thing is you can sell. So if I find better buffs later on in the week, I can sell them, right? I can down here, I can press 200 to sell that one. And I can, you know, cycle through my buffs and things like that. So let me go ahead and pick up this one, get an 18% attack bonus. Ooh, that cost a lot. That was 1,500. Now, I've been kind of bad to not synergize any of the icons here. So what I would like to do is get either the skull or the sword. But the sword is like increasing Inhumans HP, right? I don't really need that. Let me do one more refresh here and see if we get anything good. No, nothing good. Nothing good here for me. So these are all not good for my team synergy, but this is basically what Challenger is. So, of course, there is the constant refreshing, but now these buffs get applied to my Wolverine and to any other characters on my team. Now, it's kind of annoying because the majority of my team is villains, but yeah. Last thing here, I just want to talk about really quickly is this hero requirement. You will get bonus points for every win if you fulfill any of these 3 requirements with all 3 members of the team. So if all 3 members of the team are humans, which none of them, well, actually Dr. Doom is human, but Molecule Man, actually I think Molecule Man is human as well. So if I just changed Wolverine, yeah, he's human. If I just changed Wolverine into a human, like let's say I put Ancient One instead of Wolverine, then you can see now I've checked off the human one. But now, because not all of them are male, because Ancient One is female, I'm not checking off the male category. But if I switched Ancient One's uniform off, then I would be benefiting from both. Generally speaking, I don't think many players will do this because PvP in this game is just too difficult to risk it by using subpar characters just to get a few bonus points. Like, a few bonus points is not worth it if you're risking a loss every single time you fight. Not only a loss, but you're also making it much easier for players to counter you when they do attack, right? With this revenge system right here. Last thing I want to show you guys for Challenger League is the fact that when you go to search for an opponent, it gives you one opponent and that's it. You can spend battle funds to refresh instead of gold. You can see right here it's 500, but there's no way, right? You just saw how valuable the battle funds are. I am so lucky that you guys gave me 7,000 battle points to battle fund support tokens to start with, and then I put in another 5k of my own from the glory tokens. But you have a limited amount of support tokens, right? Especially if people don't vote for you, you basically only have what you've saved up in regular glory tokens, right? Which there's a limit of 60,000 anyways, and you can't spend 60,000 every week because you can't build up that much over 1 week. So you have to sort of choose if you want to spend them all in 1 week and go for it, or if you want to just spread them out over the month kind of thing. So basically, the way that this is, you never refresh. And again, I think that's a really cool idea. I'm not a big fan of just constantly refreshing in fights to get a fight that I am better off against. I prefer this strategy. I prefer this kind of gameplay where it's like, okay, this is your opponent. Maybe give players 1 refresh. Just 1 refresh each time. And then just whoever you get is who you get. If you get an easy opponent, you get an easy opponent. If you get a difficult opponent, you get a difficult opponent. But I like that better than what I was doing in any of the other leagues, which is identifying the highest player, like the highest points player, with the weakest team, and then just fishing for that team over and over again. It just seems very monotonous and boring and less fun. This way, you actually end up fighting a lot more unique teams. Now, again, I don't want to lose. I do have some buffs now. See, Super Chuck doesn't have many buffs yet. I believe he's sort of waiting and biding his time so that he can build up his shop. I think that's sort of the go-to strategy for players, is to level up your shop to like level 4, level 5 quickly, and then to be able to get access to the better buffs, right? The blue buffs, the purple buffs, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna see here, Doom is obviously a very, very difficult opponent when he interrupts my 3rd skill especially. Okay, he triggered my artifact, which is really bad. We get the first kill on him. One thing I found that works against Dr. Doom is to stand far away from him. Well, not far away, but stand a little bit away from him, and then use Wolverine's 2nd skill after he dies the first time, and you can actually stop Dr. Doom from doing his 5th skill. So, and there you go. You just get paired up with another random team. It's really cool as well. You can see all their little buffs, and you can go ahead and read the buffs. Okay, increasing human rates, HP, which actually I don't think this one's very good because only Doom's defense, but it doesn't affect Colossus or Silver Surfer. Increases damage dealt to universal types. Again, this is good if he expects to fight a lot of Silver Surfers or a lot of Dooms, but this buff is not going to help him at all versus me because, well, versus my Wolverine. 60% chance to paralyze when the battle begins. That's really good. And he also has the invincible synergy effect. Increases universal attack by 25%. That's really good too. And then increases universal types defense. So he's got multiple defense for Doom, right? He's got these stacking. We're going to try it anyways. But let's just see. I think this is such a cool system. I think this is so fun. The thing that just breaks my heart about it is it's only available to, 50 players. I just don't understand why the devs thought that would be a good idea, right? It should be available to everyone. So hopefully the devs will see this and change their minds. So it's interesting that he put Colossus in the middle because it means that I could potentially trigger my own artifact with Wolverine by taking reflect damage, but it also means that if I wanted to be super cheesy, I could sit here and charge up my tier 3 so that I could pop it off against his Doom faster. Oh, so there he triggered his artifact, which gave him 1 second of... Oh, he triggered my artifact. This is actually pretty bad. Okay, so we're going to step away a little bit and use 2. Triggering that, and... Boom, we got him. Ooh, that was a tight one, but Wolverine, baby, he's hanging on. He's pretty dang good, right? Right? So, yeah, I just wanted to bring this video for you guys to show you. I'm actually going to I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm going to continue to have a lot of fun with Challenger Timeline. It's obviously a lot more, it feels a lot more competitive because of how hard you have to push to get into it, which is why I understand why the league has had sort of, you know, some extra benefits and some extra gameplay mechanics attached to it, because they want to incentivize players to do it, right? If they had introduced all of this content, you know, the support shop, the office, the buffs, whatever, if they had introduced all of this to all of the leagues simultaneously from bronze up to vibranium, then players would not have felt incentivized to push to Challenger, because they'd be like, why do I have to go to Challenger to experience this? I can just experience it in Platinum League or in Gold League or whatever. But that was a year ago. It's been long enough now that there's enough incentive for players who want to continuously grind to get into Challenger or stay in Challenger, that I don't think introducing it to the rest of the game modes, or the rest of the timeline battle game mode, would, you know, take the shine off of it, sort of thing, so to speak. So yeah, hopefully the devs see this and they introduce the Challenger League systems into the rest of the game, or into the rest of the timeline battle league. Sorry, I keep saying game, but I just mean this game mode, but the rest of it, rather than just for the top 50 players, right? But yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Timeline Battle Challenger League and the systems within. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for voting, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.